What is going on, everybody? It's Alex back with another video, and today I want to talk about Battlefield 5 Firestorm, and more importantly, where I think this is going to go in the future. So for the past few years, Battle Royale has been extremely popular, really bringing it to the mainstream with PUBG, Fortnite to follow, now we have Apex Legends. Is there really room for another Battle Royale? Well, yesterday when Firestorm officially released, I played it for most of the day. I was really busy, but I was able to squeeze in a few hours of gameplay, probably 4 or 5 hours of gameplay before I live streamed, and then about 3 hours on live stream where I actually got to interact with other people, ask their opinions on it in terms of spectating, in terms of actually playing, and really get a feel for what the game is and how it could actually do in the future. Right now, there's a lot of talk about this being the next big Battle Royale, more players than Fortnite, bigger than Apex Legends. But personally, I have a unique perspective that I would love to get into. But before I do, if you guys do like the video, make sure to drop a like, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's get into the video, guys. So like I said, as of right now, I have about 8 hours of gameplay behind me. I feel pretty comfortable with the game. I kind of understand how the mechanics work. And I gotta say, I really enjoy the game. If you guys haven't already seen my first impressions video, make sure to check it out. It's in a card in the top right-hand corner of the screen right now. I am a huge fan of this game. I think it really does Battle Royale right, and I would love to see this game grow. Personally, I think Firestorm is directly made for players like me. I like the idea of PUBG. I like the realistic, military type shooter. However, I really don't think PUBG was just interesting enough for me. It felt very slow. It felt very boring. It didn't run well, it wasn't beautiful, like it had the idea right, but it just didn't really execute properly, and I feel like this game did it very well. It seems to me that a lot of people are under the impression that really only one Battle Royale can really exist and anything else is just dead, because PUBG is clearly dead right now with thousands of concurrent players at any time. But that's really not the case. It's very obvious if you just look at player numbers. Different Battle Royales cater towards different players. There's communities in different games. Therefore, multiple Battle Royales can survive and thrive at the same time. You have to realize that Battle Royale is not a specific game. It is a game type, it is a game genre. Multiple games can succeed at the same time. However, they all have to have their own special, unique qualities. If they're all the same, obviously the one that is a little bit better is gonna just kick the other one out. This is why PUBG has really stuck around for a long time, even after Fortnite blew past it. PUBG is more of a military type game. It's more realistic, the shooting mechanics, it's very large, there's so much that goes to it, whereas Fortnite is very arcadey and fast-paced and, goofy. It really caters towards a completely different audience. Although Black Ops 4 isn't necessarily massive, it's also different in its own way. It kinda combines the two. It takes the somewhat military shooter-ish and then kind of brings it into its own type of game where there is a niche audience that prefers Black Ops 4. Then you have Apex Legends come out where it just does things completely different. It's not going for realism, it is just going for fast-paced action, and a lot of people really enjoy that. Here's where things get interesting. Battlefield 5 basically does what PUBG did better. Is there room for multiple Battle Royales? Yes, of course there is. But is there room for PUBG and Battlefield Firestorm? This is something that interests me, and I'm not so sure there is. Like I mentioned in my first impressions video, I don't see a real reason why someone would choose to play PUBG over Battlefield Firestorm. To me, it simply does everything that PUBG does, and it just does it better. And I asked my stream audience this, and it seems like everyone agrees. This is just definitively a better gaming experience than PUBG, but it's essentially the same thing. I certainly don't expect Firestorm to completely kill off PUBG. I think most of the players that have stuck with PUBG this long will continue playing PUBG. I think it will have a healthy player base. However, I would not be surprised at all if Firestorm steals a big chunk of the PUBG fan base. The players that like the more realistic tactical shooters will probably head over to Firestorm. With this video being recorded on day one of the release, it is obviously way too early to see what's going to happen in the future, but I'm very curious to see what happens between this game and PUBG because I think there's going to be a huge rivalry there. Now, comparing this game to any other Battle Royale seems kind of pointless to me. It's a completely different game. This game is obviously not going to kill Fortnite, it's not going to steal all of the fan base from Apex Legends, but I do believe it will have its own distinct core audience. The biggest issue I see with Firestorm is that there is a paywall. So many people are playing Fortnite because it's free to play. You get the full experience without having to pay a penny. And it's the same thing with Apex Legends. All you have to do is just download the game and then you can play just like everybody else. Unfortunately, the cheapest way to get into Firestorm is $15 on Origin Premier. And for people that play on console, you have to purchase the $60 game to actually be able to play Firestorm. Unfortunately, all that means is that the popularity of this game will never be on par with the games like Fortnite and Apex Legends. These games are so accessible to everybody, and it's just not the same if you have a $60 paywall. So if you were wondering whether or not this would be the Fortnite killer that we've been waiting for, it's just a definitive no. There's no possible way this game could do it. Honestly, at this point, I don't feel like any game that's not free to play could even come anywhere near Fortnite or Apex Legends numbers. It has to be free to play, and it has to be an amazing game to even be within shooting distance of it. With that being said, I do think Battlefield 5 as a whole will have much more of a healthy player count. I think there's going to be a lot of people that purchase Battlefield 5 or at least go on Origin Access to be able to play it, and then a big chunk of those people will also carry over to the normal game and not just the Battle Royale. So if you are a Battlefield fanboy in any way, shape, or form, if you're just a member of the community, this is a good thing for you. There will be more people. I'm really curious as to what you guys think. Do you agree with me, or do you think this is going to be the next game? Make sure to voice your opinions down in the comments below. But that will do it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to drop a like, make sure to subscribe. Thank you guys for all the support. Peace out.